Okay, good evening councillors, good evening members of the public, and welcome to this evening's Planning Committee meeting at the Barn Green Room at the DCC on Wednesday the 1st of April 2026. It's 7:30. Straight on to the agenda. Item 1 is apologies. To receive any apologies for absence?
Councillor Boland.
Councillor Boland, thank you Liz. Item 2 on the agenda is declarations of interest. Arising from this agenda, members and officers are invited to declare any relevant interest. Notwithstanding this item, members may subsequently declare an interest at any point during the meeting. Any declarations of interest, please? None. Item 3 on the agenda is the minutes of the previous meeting. To receive and confirm the accuracy of the minutes of the Planning Committee meeting held on the 11th of March 2026. Okay, for all those councillors that were present, are you happy for me to receive the accuracy as accurate? May I have a show of hands for all those that were present? Okay, that's brilliant, thank you. Sure. Just Councillor Harrison and Councillor Boland who aren't here anyway. Okay. Item 4 is the Planning Committee project report. To receive and review the project report from the committee clerk. Any comments? No? Thank you very much. Thank you, Liz. Item 5 is public participation. The meeting will recess for not more than 15 minutes to allow any member of the public to address the meeting in respect of items on the agenda. I will now ask the committee clerk to read the statement out for the Planning Committee. Thank you, Liz.
Parish Council via this committee comments and makes recommendations on planning applications affecting the parish. Proceedings during the public session, which will only exceed 15 minutes in exceptional circumstances, must remain under the control of the chairman, to whom all questions and comments on applications or other planning matters must be addressed. All comments on planning applications should be made to the Head of Planning Management at Winchester City Council.
Thank you. And we have one member of the public this evening. Would you like to speak? No. Thank you. Therefore, I will close the public participation session and move on to item 6, with planning applications. To consider and make comment on the planning applications received from Winchester City Council and any other authority in respect of applications appertaining to the parish of Denmead as set out in the list of planning applications to be considered. Item 1, application 1. Is 12 the Acorns Hambledon Road. It's a T1 Oak. Works to follow as previously agreed. Application of the 15th of November 2016 is to reduce the southern limb, orientating approximately 4 metres above ground level by up to 2 metres, cutting back to suitable secondary growth points in accordance with the BS 3998 2010 tree work recommendations. The reduction will include selective pruning of lateral branches extending forward to the south-east aspect where the crown currently encroaches towards number 11 and number 12 and overhangs adjacent driveway. Works are proposed to provide reasonable clearance for nearby residential properties and driveway while retaining the natural form and amenity value of the tree. The works will also include the removal of deadwood throughout the crown where present for general tree maintenance and safety. So do we all know where the Acorns on Hambledon Road is? No? Okay, so let me just bring up a couple of photos. Let's do these two. Let me just see from that point of view. So that's a closer look. So that's the tree itself in the centre courtyard area, if you will. It's a cul-de-sac area off of Hambledon Road up near the dentist. Do we know where the dentist on Hambledon Road is, up near Mill Road? Yeah, so it's just a little bit further along, heading towards the village on the left-hand side. Go down the cul-de-sac, and this is the only tree in the courtyard. And if we go to the next one, you can see the previous works have been, the limbs have been cut just here. Zoom in if you want me to. There we go. So that's the previous works done. So it has already had work done on it previously. So that's what it's asking for. Councillors' views and opinions on the application. Councillor Berry.
I don't think we should do any work on it because it, tree was there before the houses,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, when you've got driveways, you expect moisture from the tree, you expect leaves in autumn to drop, you expect bird mess and that, so I say no to it, but I would also refer it to the tree officer as well.
I'm of the same opinion. It's hard to tell when it's out of season, when it's not in leaf. I did walk around there. It is a very big tree, but it's in good health. And although it's getting close to the numbers mentioned and it does overhang the driveway, I don't think it's of concern just of yet. So my opinion is at this point not to do nothing. But if as Councillor Berry mentioned, if committee feel that it should be referred to the tree surgeon, tree specialist, then that is an option. Councillor Slecker and Councillor Berry.
I was just going to say, I mean, it is, if it starts imposing on their property, you don't know when that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And damage to property is quite expensive and it causes people issues, whether or not it's just physical damage cost or anything like that. I do think it's a good idea to just refer it to the tree surgeon and see what they say.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Berry.
I was going to propose that we object to it and it goes to committee, and plus we inform the tree officer to have a look, because a growth of the tree like that will take quite a few years to grow to touch those houses. When you build houses like that, they've got to take into consideration that roots will spread to the foundations and stuff like that and cause cracking and that. So they've done nothing about that. All they're concerned about is it going to the building. The main problem is roots on trees and that, and from my experience, you know, this doesn't want to work on it.
Okay, so just to clarify your proposal, is that
I propose that we
object?
we disagree with that,
Yeah,
and we send it to committee and also get the tree officer to have a look at it.
to make his recommendation. Yeah. Okay, fine. So all in favour that we object and we refer it to this tree specialist for his recommendation and that it goes to committee. I second that. So all in favour of that proposal, can I have a show of hands? That's unanimous. Happy with that, Liz? Oh, brilliant, thank you. Okay, so that's application 1. So moving on to application 2, which is T1 Oak, Crown Rise 2, Southern Limbs overhanging access road to 5.5 to allow for suitable clearance. Reasons for work to allow for larger vehicle access. This is the Meadow Farmhouse at World's End, Hambledon. I think some councillors may remember that we've done 3 previous, I think it was 3 or 5 actually, applications for tree works at the farm. I went down to see if I could gain access, but again I could not. So therefore, without seeing the tree, I'm unable to grant permission or object. So my proposal straight away would be to send it to the tree surgeon so that he can gain access to the property and make the recommendation where I could not. That would be my proposal, unless there's any other discussion or input. We have a seconder from Councillor Berry, so can I have a show of hands all in favour to refer it to the tree surgeon to access the property for recommendation? Tree officer, sorry, I keep calling it tree surgeon, but tree officer. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. So was that unanimous, sorry, show of hands once more? Thank you. Okay, application 6 is the convert and extend existing detached garage into attached carport, and this is 6 Ashling Park Road, Denmead. Have you all had a chance to see the plans and the drawing online? Yeah. My opinion before discussion is I don't see a problem with it. All they're wanting to do is get rid of the garage and make a carport connection so they don't get wet, I suppose, in bad weather, and they can. It doesn't have much impact on the street. Materials quite minimal. Councillors' input and views.
Yeah, it looks like a nice way.
Councillor Uden. Yeah. Okay. Any other? Councillor Ranger.
Yeah, just a wee comment. I think it would tidy the area up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the back of quite a large development that's been extended as well on the side of the garage, I just think it's no problem with it.
Okay. Any other further comment? Okay, then I propose that we have no objection to this application. Seconded by Councillor Berry. So all in favour of no objection, please. And that is unanimous. Thank you very much. Okay, application 4 is Henbury Mead End Road, Denmead, and it's for 3 oak trees in front of garden property. 2 of them are adjacent to Mead End Road and 1 is in the area of the front garden. And it's Oak 1 crown reduction by 3 to 4 due to hollows and rock pockets. Oak 2 as above, the same work as T1, and Oak 3 the canopy reduction of 2 to 3 across the whole tree. So I had a little look as well. So we all know where Mead End Road is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, it's very much next to where the old restaurant or pub used to be. Mead End, that's it, you got it. Let me open up these. So this one here is in the garden. And it's these 2 here, just on the boundary that overhang the road. If I move to the next one, they are indeed right. There is rot. I don't think I supplied the right photo. I did take another one and you can see inside and it is indeed hollow. So it's very much on its way out, in my opinion. Comments, opinions, please. Councillor Berry.
When you've got trees like that, it tends to rot. Also, you find that the infection can spread, and also that you get other insects in there eaten away. So I would say refer it to the tree officer, and yes, I agree that the work should be done.
Okay.
It depends how many trees have got cavities like that and how bad the cavities are.
Okay, so unless there's any other comments, I propose no objection, and also that we refer it to the tree specialist so that so that he can undertake his own health check and recommendations, considering exactly what Councillor Berry says, it's close neighbouring to other trees. So we have a seconder from Councillor Ranger, so all in favour of that proposal, please. I'm going to have a little card on so or something that reminds me of who he is.
Just over there.
Okay, back to the agendas. Item 7, which is decisions received. To note, there have been 3 decisions received since the last meeting. Just to note them, that was 36 Mill Road, 43 Hatchmore Road, and St Jack's Road. All applications were permitted. Okay. Item 8 is new planning applications. To receive and note from the committee clerk the number of applications received since the last agenda.
I'm not aware of any.
You're not? Okay, that's fine. Item 9 is social media. To discuss and determine action on what content could be added to the Parish Council social media channels. I recommend the normal, which is the decisions received. Other than that, no further social media content. No, thank you. Item 10 is matters for the next agenda. To receive any matters for the next agenda, Councillor Berry.
Yeah, could we, because planning doesn't take that long, could we move highways to 6:30 because instead of 6 o'clock, because unfortunately because of my great granddaughter picking up from nursery and then waiting for my daughter to finish at 6 o'clock, it's very, I can't get here at 6.
We could do, but not just yet, seeing that we've published the timetable and it's been more than 6 months, so we'd have to wait before we can bring that one forward.
Oh.
But I'm sure once the time comes, we can bring it forward and discuss. Yeah. Okay. No other matters, that's fine. So item 11 is a confidential report. Pass a resolution. To pass a resolution in accordance with the Public Bodies and Minister Act 1960 to exclude the public and press for discussions relating to the following, and to receive the confidential report and enforcement report from the committee clerk. 1. Enforcement issues and notices. 2. Tree preservation orders.
I move.
Nice.